Welcome, I'm Ian Thomason from Thomason Property and I'd like to welcome you to 2012. This month we've got a fantastic feature property. I've got some market comments of my own, but before we go to those, I'd like to take you to Kevin Turner. Thanks, Kevin.
Thank you and hello once again. Well, there are some mixed messages coming from the property market right now, but overall I think we've started the year fairly well on a nice positive note. There are some good indicators. The aggressive discounting that's coming from the lenders, we're seeing a growth in first home buyer numbers, positive sentiment coming from the Reserve Bank, and we're seeing an increase in the number of investors getting into the market. Balancing that though, we are seeing reports that the number of distressed properties being put on the market in 2012 is likely to climb due to the continuing struggles facing some property owners who jumped into the market over the last couple of years because of government subsidies such as the Building and First Home Buyers Boost. Overall, distressed real estate soared by about 30% in Australia in 2011 over 2010. And more than half of the 775 distressed properties that were advertised came out of Queensland. I want to leave this though on a positive note. Here's some sound advice if you are looking at getting into the market. It is a good time to buy. Two conditions though: make sure you have a good deposit, at least 20%, and shop around for your finance. Thanks, and I'll see you next time.
Good morning and welcome to the show. I'm Kevin Turner. We're here to talk real estate.
Whether you're following the property market or just interested in what's going on, Australia's #1 independent real estate advisor, Kevin Turner, has the answers. Every Saturday 8 to 9 on 4BC.
Thanks for that, Kevin. Now I'd like to just talk to you about the market from my perspective. I've been in real estate since 1972, and as a result I've been through 4 market corrections, if we'd like to call them that. But I've got to say to you, the one that we've just been through is the best of the lot. I haven't made any comment in the last 18 months or 2 years because there's been enough comment around from all the experts, and there's been people talking the market up and talking the market down. I didn't want to falsely talk it up, and I certainly don't like talking negatively. One of the things I'd just like to say to you is that my father said to me many, many years ago that when taxi drivers start talking about trading in shares, that's the time to get out of the market. It's overheated. And I think we can say the same about real estate. When every man and his dog becomes a home renovator or some sort of a developer, that's when the market gets overheated, and I'm sure you'll agree with me, that's what we've seen in the last X number of years. So, to my way of thinking, the correction that we've been through in the last few years really didn't come as any surprise. Home handyman renovators are now a thing of the past. The days of going in and putting a cheap coat of paint or a quick coat of paint over a property, putting some fancy doors on a kitchen cupboard and turning around and making tens of thousands of dollars are over. Those people have now gone, and I think that's good. We're finding that builders' profits are back to what could be considered normal. I think we're finding developers now are no longer buying second and third grade development sites. In other words, I believe there's some balance coming back to the market. So what does this mean? I think it means that we're towards, if not at, the bottom of the market. Now, we're not really going to know this for probably 1 to 2 years, when at some time in the future we're going to look back and say, gee, I think 2012 probably was the bottom. But the growth that we're going to see as we come out of this is going to be so incremental and so slow and so steady that if you do miss the bottom of it, don't worry about it, because it's not as though you're going to be missing out on tens of thousands of dollars. I think the growth is going to be slow and gradual. I also believe that there's going to be a change in the thought processes behind buying property, particularly houses to live in. And I think we're going to go back to the reasons that our parents used to buy a house. And if you go back 30 or 40 years ago, they bought a house for, number one, family security. They bought it as a long-term investment and as a forced saving. And I think they're the reasons that people are going to enter back into the market. I think the days of buying a house just purely to make a huge, quick capital gain are over in the short term. So I'm quite confident about where the market is at the moment. I believe that there's a balance coming. It's still a little bit on the side of the buyer, and there's still some adjustments to be made. There's probably still a little bit of pain in it for quite a few people. And I also believe that there's probably still a little bit of a clean out to go on within the industry itself. But all in all, I'm at the stage now, and my office and my team are at the stage now where we're looking towards the next 12 to 24 months with some confidence that we haven't had in the last couple of years. So with that, I think that 2012 will be judged as a year of the bottom, that we're bouncing along for a bit, but I think 2013, 2014 are going to be good, and that we're going to come out of this and sort of look back and say, gee, real estate again is a good investment. So with that, I'd like to take you to our featured property of the month.
Step inside this beautifully presented home located at Ascot and feel the space with high ceilings on both levels, separate entry foyer, and a thoughtful design. The stunning kitchen features stone benchtops, European appliances, and walk-in pantry. Entertain in air-conditioned comfort in the spacious open-plan living rooms that flow through full-length glass to the lap pool and covered patio and courtyard. The sumptuous master bedroom is a true parents' retreat. Light the candles and bathe in romantic luxury.
I'm sure you agree with me, that's a fantastic property, and if you'd like any more information on that or like to inspect it, don't hesitate to contact us. So with that, I'd like to say have a great 2012 and look forward to seeing you next month.